Hey, this week I'm going to spend $100 on the Atari VCS store, and let's see what I got. And I used to have this friend that owned a Microsoft Zune, and I used to tease him that he was one of the only 4 owners of a Zune. And the Atari VCS is just kind of one of those devices that not very many people bought it. But this week, I'm going to go online and spend $100 on the Atari VCS store and see what I can come up with. And these games aren't going to be in the order that I purchased them in, but I just wanted to spread them out a little bit with some good games and some bad games. And first, I'm going to talk about Strike Zone. It's an Atari 2600 style game done on the VCS, and it wasn't one that I wanted to buy first because I was thinking, I don't want a bowling game. What could they really do different for bowling for the Atari 2600? And I was completely wrong. This was a great game, and if I would have got this game back when I was a kid, I would have played it a crap ton because it was totally fun. And you just use a meter. You can move your guy where you wanted to place him on the lane, and you hit the button once to get it going, and you hit it twice to stop it, and wherever you stopped it on the meter would produce your left hook or your right hook, and this game was awesome. Flap Ninja 2600 is another 2600 game, and I thought I would try this out. It looks like it would be a Flappy Bird type of clone, which it is. You are a little ninja that's flying through the air with some bad physics on the programming for the 2600. And they had limit of what they could do on the 2600, hardware. But this game made me want to throw my controller. I literally played this for about 20 minutes before I finally just gave it up because it was just insane that I couldn't get past the second pipe. It was just freaking ridiculous. And I gotta keep on playing this because I spent $3 on it, so I'm gonna try it more and more times, and I continued to fail. Will I go back and play this again? Yeah, I'll probably go back and play this again and see if I can get past that, just because that is my personality. Saboteur 2600, and this is a Howard Scott Warsaw game, and I've loved some games from him. I love Raiders of the Lost Ark for the 2600. Oh my gosh, Yar's Revenge. I played that a crap ton as a kid growing up, and he is also known for doing E.T. the Extraterrestrial. And E.T. got a lot of flack in the day for people not really understanding how to play the game, or they kept on falling down these dang holes. And I'm kind of seeing some similarities here because I'm really not sure what's going on. It's a shooter, but I'm not sure what this rocket is on the right-hand side, so I got to do a little more research into this game. It seems like when this rocket gets higher that I'm going to go to another screen, and I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing in that screen yet. So I'm going to have to do a little bit more reading and see what's going on here. But this is not a bad game on the 2600 for $3. And this is a game for the VCS itself that was made for the VCS, and it's Circus Interstellar, and this gets the WTF award because it's a shooter, and I love shooters, and I thought maybe it'd be like a twin stick shooter, but the aggravation of this game and dying right away all the flipping time just took the enjoyment out of it for me. And I want to enjoy this game, and I want to play it, and I'm just not getting it. And I love modern games in the VCS because we can see what the platform was intended to do, and the developers are taking time. There's some graphics in here that are just really cool, but I just was not getting the gameplay and what I was supposed to be doing. And it seems like I would not last very long, and like Crazy Otto would come out from Berserk, I would get this crazy ass, clown come out, just, chase me around, and then I'd be killed. and I wouldn't last for very long. I don't know if I was just not getting what I needed to do to get away from that clown, but just like the other game, it's just frustrating that I can't last that long and I keep freaking dying. So this week I'm going to have to revisit this one and see if I can get a little bit further or get some more points or see what the actual, point of this game is with the stupid clown that keeps killing me, so I can enjoy the game a little bit more, because they really put some thought into the graphics, and it's, it's pretty fun looking game, but I'm just not lasting very long. I'm going to have to figure this out because some indie developer put the time into this game, and I want to give it a shot and make sure that, I could at least do a little bit better. And I'm cheating. I bought Donut Dodo. I already had this on the Nintendo Switch, and I really love this flippin' game. This game is a freaking home run. And I know I've mentioned this before on the channel, but I just had to buy this for the Atari VCS because I wanted this in my library. I wanted it on the eternal storage in the Atari VCS, so if the store ever shut down, I would have a physical copy of this game. I do own a physical copy from Europe on the Nintendo Switch, but it's just kind of neat to have it on multiple platforms, and I'm going to say the controller doesn't play as well as the Switch Pro controller. I think I get better movements out of that than I do out of the Atari one here, but it's just a win of a game. And if you don't have this, this is a must-own title. What are you waiting for? Get this flippin' game. When it comes to modern gaming, you don't have to have the ray tracing or the teraflops or, the freaking ultra realistic graphics. Sometimes it's just about fun gameplay, and this is something that you can play over and over and over again. What are you waiting for? Get this game. Cyberrun Low Tech, and this was a freaking cool game, and it was something done in a 2600 style format, and I love this game. And it was just a shooter. You would take your crosshair reticle and try to get these aliens and actually shoot them, and I can see myself as a 7 to 10-year-old sitting in front of my Atari 2600 on the floor in front of the TV console playing this game for hours. This was a decent game. I really enjoyed playing this game. And you look at the price of the game, is it worth that price to, to buy a 2600 game in 2026? Yeah, it is. I have no problem, if somebody wants to develop for the system that I played for as a kid and give me some good games and let me dream what I could have had back then, yeah, I'll pay that price. Meganoid Chronicles, made for the VCS, and $5 a platformer gamer. And you look like you're either like a Pitfall Harry type of guy or an Indiana Jones explorer. You know how they all look if they're going to go explore these caverns and these caves and these old buildings, and he's one of them. And it looks like you're getting rated on your performance by getting to your goal, getting a good time, and actually getting the treasure, which I think that treasure kind of doesn't look like an idol from Indiana Jones, but it looks like a rubber ducky that you would give somebody that owns a Jeep. But I have no clue what the heck it is, but it looks like a rubber ducky to me. And I'm not the best platform gamer, but I really enjoyed playing this, and I played it for quite some time, trying to figure out the double jumps in midair, how to get those ducks, the timing when you get these little swords that come out at you, and I had a good time playing this game, and it was worth the money. RD7800 ARTI, and pretty much this is just a hero clone, and I really never played Hero back in the day. You can see I'm not doing very good. I'm trying to figure out how to drop that stick of dynamite, and I'm really utterly failing at it first, but I'm learning as I'm capturing this video, and I'm having fun playing a game I never played back in the days. And this game is actually really fun. And it gives us a chance to look, through new eyes and through new developers and new programmers of what could have been, for the 7800 back in the day if they actually would have came out with it on time and they would have actually created some new games for the thing and stopped doing remakes of the same old things. Nintendo came out with the NES, before the 7800 came out and had some success, and Atari was like, hey, what do we got on the shelves? We have this 7800 that's been shelved, and we've been arguing over the developers of that. Let's get this thing settled. Let's get this thing out. And it was a little too late by the time that machine hit the store shelves, to gain popularity over what Nintendo was doing. What could have been, what should have been, we will never know, but we can live through the VCS and get some of these same games out right now and still have fun playing some of these simple games. Ultimate ski jumping. This was an easy buy for me because I am currently watching some of the Winter Olympics while I'm off this week. I'm also playing pinball and video games, but in the background, I'm watching some of the Olympic coverage whenever I can, and it is just addicting to watch some of these skiers go down the hill. I was just heartbroken to see Lindsey Vonn break her leg, but watching some of these ski jumps and playing this game right now is just fun. I can remember playing track and field during the day, Winter Olympics, Summer Olympics. Those were just fun games. And to see this done in a modern console and not be the greatest of graphics, but it's not about the graphics with me. It's about the gameplay and about how much fun I can have playing with these games, whether it be by myself or with friends competing with one another. It's just fun to play some of these types of games. El Pandero the Baker at $8. This was a pretty cool looking game. The graphic style was neat. The music was phenomenal. And I really had fun playing this game. This would be a game that you can play cooperative. You can see right there, it says start. And I don't have anybody that games in my household that would come play cooperatively, so I gotta wait till somebody comes over. But this would be a fun one. It'd be interesting to see how you battle out some of the bosses. And when I did get to the first level boss, it seemed like it took forever and a day for me to take this sucker out. And I'm just kind of wondering if it was set up for cooperative play from the get-go. And I can't wait to get somebody over here to the house to play some games, because this will be one I'm interested in how this will play any different with cooperative. So would I spend $8 on this one again? Yeah, this was a pretty decent game for $8, especially on the Atari VCS. And I saw Asteroid Claw, and I was thinking maybe this is going to be like Asteroids, and maybe like an Asteroids Recharge type of game, and I was surprised it was not that way. The claw is actually part of the gameplay where I've got to move these things out of the way, and each asteroid that I pick up is going to only have so much strength on that strength meter before I have to get another one. But I got to make sure that I can pass the wave without getting hit by all these asteroids. And see there, I got hit by an asteroid right there, and then you move on to the next round. So where I was thinking maybe this would be like a Asteroids Recharge or something new, it was kind of a combination of a missile command of all these asteroids coming at you, and a little strategic puzzler, because you got to figure out what the best way is to alter these asteroids from hitting you, or to not invest your time in the asteroids that aren't even close and move on to the next wave. So this is a game I'm definitely going to have to give some serious, gameplay to, and figure out a little bit more of what's going on here and how you advance up to more levels. And the developer was really thinking outside the box and coming up with a new gameplay, and this is the kind of games that I really enjoy playing on the VCS. Montezuma's Revenge, and this is a game that I never bought on my old Ataris, but you can play as a modern or a retro right here in this menu, and it puts it in widescreen, so you're getting a old school game with new school graphics. And if you want to choose modern, you can get some new graphics on this, and it's just a platform that you had for the 2600, and I think it was a 5200 that they had this game for. I don't remember ever seeing a 7800 game on it, but you just go find your keys and you get out and you open your doors, go to the next one, and it is pretty flippin' cool. And the graphics of the new one are, pretty stunning to look at. They're kind of neat, but the gameplay is going to be the same. It is as tight as the old 26 or 5200 control aspects, so don't think you're going to get a newer, smoother controller. You can see my timing was way off with that skull. It just pounded the you-know-what out of me before I was able to go up and get that key. But you get the best of both worlds here, where you can play a newer old game, or you can play the retro game with new aspect ratios and looking sharp and clear in HD. This is really nice game to have in your collection for the price point that they're offering. Vectiguard Zero was my last game that I bought with the $100 that I limited myself in my shopping spree, and I was not disappointed. Man, this game is so much fun. I love this style of game. The graphics are similar to the Geometry Wars type of vector graphics, and it just pops with the different colors they have, the shading of the shadows. The game looks beautiful, and it plays freaking smooth as butter. I love the gameplay on it. The gravity, physics are just spot on. This is a game that I'm going to sit back and play and see how many missions I can complete, and it'll be one that I'll pick up and look in that library, look in the VCS, front blades or whatever you call where you select the games, and I'm like, I got to hit that one up before I put this thing away. I don't play my VCS a whole lot, but this will be one of those games when I do break it out, I'm going to want to play this game and see how much further I can get in it. So that was my $100 shopping spree for the Atari VCS. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I got 13 games now added to my library. All these games I buy off the Atari VCS, I don't even include them in my Game Eye, because how the heck would you? It's just going to be no value anyways with a digital copy. But they're games that I'm going to go back and I'm going to play. And it's a kind of a neat platform to get it, to get games on. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button down below. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. It's just going to help grow the channel a little bit more, push me out in the algorithm a little bit more, and I get some more watches. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Until next time, game on.